Good morning. We're Mike and Becky Cortines. We've been married 28 years. We have 2 sons and recently added a daughter-in-law. They all love and serve the Lord. We've been Christians our entire lives. Our family, we come from a family of believers. We walking in that favor and blessing has been quite an honor. What we like to give away and tell people, new believers or those that haven't had that, is to put a stake in the ground and start today. Make that decision in that walk of obedience and claim that in their own lives and for their families and in their jobs and those that they fellowship with. We moved to the area in 1992, and our family was young, our children were young, and we heard a sermon, and the words that I walked away with that day were, "Oh no man." And recently when Gary could see here, I was reminded of that, and my wife and I talked about it, and we set out on a journey. This was before Dave Ramsey and all that, but we knew that that word was for us, and so we set about to do that. And so walking that out in obedience, and a few years later, we literally owed no man, including our house. And there was such liberation and freedom in that. In the mid-1990s, God specifically spoke to me that He was calling me out to be a pastor. Well, I was working as an engineer, and I just assumed, I came back from that, and I just assumed that we were working in children's ministry and we were leading small groups, and I just assumed that's what He meant. But in 1998, I was offered the chance to go on staff and work in children's ministry, and a year later I was ordained. And following the Lord in obedience in the area of our finances allowed me to leave that job as an engineer, leave all our benefits behind, and answer His call.
And at the time it all happened, it was just like the Lord had been preparing us before that, because we knew it can be a very scary thing to walk away from your job. So we both knew it was that God just placed it in both of our hearts. It was the time to do it, and so it was just an easy thing for us to do. And we were so blessed during those years being on staff. A couple of years ago, our son was invited to one of the movement events on Wednesday night, and he came back from that real excited and just said he had a great time. And over the months that passed, we just noticed such a spiritual growth in him. Just passion came into his life for the Lord, and he would come home and he would repeat the sermons to us. And so we just decided, well, it's time we better go check this place out. And
when we arrived at the harvest, we immediately recognized there was the same spiritual DNA that we had. We had taught a class years ago, Raise a Chosen Generation, and that was obviously what was on Pastor Steve and Lisa's heart. And the more we heard their vision and their journey and their walk, and the more we met their leadership and the people that are really sold out and walking in faith and obedience to what God has called this church to. The kids used to play Mario Karts, and banana peels or different things would fall out in front of their cars, and we feel like our mission and our purpose is to provide those green turtle shells or red turtle shells and blow those obstacles out of the way, and just give people, I think it was called star power, just elevate their faith so that they can fulfill their destinies in the kingdom of God.
So we let God change our world.
And we're very excited to see how God is going to use us and the harvest to change the world.